Hi everyone, you're here today to learn about Ritz-Carlton Half Moon Bay Synergy Yoga staff training. What we do for our staff training is we like to start off on our ground yoga mat. That is, after all, what our program revolves around, and we like to get our staff oriented in that way. So we first start off with a 30-minute session just to give them a good idea of what we offer to our guests. We have a ton of different instructors who help to engage our guests in the practice, and they go through a separate training process so that we can ensure that they are the best for our guests. What I'm going to talk to you guys about today is a specific activity that I like to call Scenario in a Jar. Basically, what we want to do is engage our potential employees in a way that involves more brain work so that we can really get to know them and especially get to know how they would react with guests. I have Lucy here today, potential employee, who is going to help interact how our activity would go down in an actual staff training session. So here with me today we have our jar and we have a bunch of different scenarios in which we would handle guests. So what I'm going to have Lucy do is pick from the jar, and I will also pick from the jar to illustrate how this might work. Lucy has not read the scenarios, so she doesn't know exactly how she's going to answer the question before she would do it. So let's start off. Lucy, go ahead. If you can get him out. Make sure to read it loud so everyone can hear, please.
Guest is angry when a class is full. So the best way I would first go about addressing this problem is calmly approach the guest and let them know that tonight's class is full, but we do offer the same class on the next day, Thursday, and we would like to give them that class on a complimentary invitation so they can come and they wouldn't have to pay anything, and we would make sure we reserve a nice spot for them then, and even say, hey, you can take this class instead tonight.
That's very good, Lucy. We actually don't charge our guests, so you wouldn't have to be complimentary, but other than that, that's perfect. And I'll go ahead and read the next one. A guest's phone continues to go off and disrupt the practice. The way that we would want to deal with this is to have a friendly reminder during our practice that our sessions are similar to a movie in that we don't want anything to disrupt the other people who are in the class, so it is common courtesy to turn your phone off. Another way you might want to go about that is to turn off or to put a sign in the lobby, just reminding guests before they come in not to turn off their cell phones. So Lucy, you want to give it another whirl?
A guest feels uncomfortable during certain poses. So for this, as a yoga instructor, I would make sure that before any of the poses, I offer an easier alternative to the one that I am presenting. So if they're uncomfortable, they can do a less difficult pose, and they can also grab some equipment that might make them feel more comfortable.
Good job. That's perfect, Lucy. And why don't you do the last one for us?
All right. A member falls during a pose and is in need of assistance. Well, I know that as any difficult situation like this, I would automatically make sure she doesn't or he doesn't move and rush for medical assistance right away and get them to take care of her.
Excellent. So, as you can see, this is exactly how this activity would go down in a staff training session, and I hope you guys have a good idea of what you're getting yourselves into. Thank you for joining us today. Namaste.